Hey, babe, you like your cookie?
Was killed on a day like that.
Cheers.
Yeah, man.
All right, folks, so what I'm doing now is I'm browning 2 sticks of butter. And like I said, you want to make sure you get it brown, not burnt. So we're going to do this low and slow until it gets to our desired consistency. We have our brown butter. The little brown bits gives you the clear indication that this is now brown butter. So I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to pour my brown butter in my dish here to cool. And you want to make sure you get all of those brown bits at the bottom of the pan, because those are what make this dish extremely savory. All right, so now let's go get the rest of our ingredients. Friend Kate, she did not use pecans, but I like pecans in my chocolate chip cookies. So what I'm doing now is I'm just giving these a little rough chop. I'm using about a cup. And if you have any harder or really dark pieces, take those out of there. These were already chopped. I just want them chopped down because I don't want them overly chunky. So I'm going to chop them down in like mini pieces. So now I'm going to do 2 1/3 cups of almond flour. And I am going to sift mine because almond flour is really gritty. I'm not even sure if sifting it makes a difference, but I just want to sift it. And so this is the 1st cup. This is the 2nd cup going in. And then I'm going to add 1/3 cup. Now I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of xanthan gum. And that's this right here. I'll just add that in there. I'm going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. Baking soda. I'm sorry. Don't worry, I'm going to leave the recipe in the description. So you want to give this a nice little whisk. Just like so. And then we're going to set this to the side. I'm going to begin to cream my butter and my sugar and also 2 ounces of cream cheese. So that was a cup of brown sugar. Now I'm going to add a 1/2 cup of white sugar. And I'm going to cream these 2 together before I add in my cream cheese. I'm just doing it step by step. You want to make sure you got a spatula on hand to smooth down this side. Now I'm going to add in that 2 ounces of cream cheese. And I'm also going to add in 1 egg yolk at a time. It's a total of 2 egg yolks. I'm just going to add in 1 at a time. I'm going to give it a nice little scrape down. So that way we don't leave anything out. And now this is where we're going to begin to add our eggs. 1 egg yolk coming up. And egg yolk number 2. Now I'm going to also hit it with some vanilla flavor. And then we're going to start adding our dry ingredients in. The dry ingredients, you want to add them in 1 at a time. 1 cup at a time, rather. There's a teaspoon of vanilla flavor. And if you don't have a mixer, you can fold these ingredients in by using a spatula. I just want to use mine because I have it. That is not necessary. It's not required. So now this is where we're going to begin to mix in our dry ingredients. Like I said earlier, you want to do it 1 cup at a time because you don't want your batter to be stiff. All right. So I'm going to add that in. Let's get to mixing. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and hit it with my chocolate chips. I have the mini semi-sweet chocolate chips. And I'm going to put 1.5 cups of those. I like the mini ones. Can't use the bigger ones. And it's okay because they'll still melt the same. All right. And I'm also going to go ahead and put my nuts in here as well. And this is the part where you just want to fold everything in. There we go. And now this batter will need to sit for 4 hours before you use it. So I'm just going to put my dough in the refrigerator and I'm going to keep it in a bowl. And then we're going to roll it out in our balls in a little bit. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm just going to put I'm going to use about a tablespoon and a half for each cookie. And you want to make sure you give it room with each cookie. I'm going to roll them out, don't worry. Because they will spread. And I have my oven set to 350. And I'm going to give it 8 to 12 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll it in a nice little ball. And I'm going to give it a press. Don't press it too flat. You want to still keep it thick. And I'm going to do all of them the same way. And just give it a little press. And I forgot to mention, I do have parchment paper on my pan for anybody that may be wondering. On my cookie sheet. All right, so they're going in the oven. Let's see what it's working with. All right, look at the big kahuna. Ooh, they look so pretty. So we're going to let them cool off. And then we're going to give them a taste. I'm also going to put a little sea salt right over it. Not too much, just a little crack. Sorry, y'all, I hit my camera. And I'm going to give it a taste test. I want you guys to see just how ooey and gooey these things are. And I did put a couple of chocolate chips on the top. So let's give it a taste. All right, y'all. Here goes the big kahuna. This is good. That brown butter gives it a sense of richness that's undeniable when you eat it. The edges, this is good. And they're chewy. They're crispy, chewy, rich, chocolatey, a little hint of salt. Okay. You outdid yourself, girl. I know you didn't try it with the brown butter, but this right here is busting. Well, let me finish it to y'all. I want to thank each and every one of you for coming, for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Hope that you give this recipe a try just like I did. I'll leave my friend's link in the description below so that way you can go check out her channel. And the original recipe that she initially made, she's a wonderful, phenomenal baker. I love watching her. She's great. She's sweet. She's fun. And she's very educational. So this quote says, "It's funny how we outgrow what we once thought we couldn't live without. And then we fall in love with what we didn't even know we wanted. Life keeps leading us on journeys we would never go on if it were up to us. So don't be afraid. Have faith and find the lessons." So with that being said, if you like what you've seen today, like I said, subscribe to the channel. I love each and every one of you guys. Until next time, peace out. Cam, you like your cookie?
What is cookie?
Show me your cookie.
Eat that.
It's so yummy?
Yeah.